This is your weekly IUP-TV news bulletin, broadcasted from the comfort of our own homes. My name is Jonathan Papadis.
And my name is Skylar Sabansky. We bring you stories that are relevant to IUP and the Indiana community. Let's begin with local news. COVID-19 cases continue to rise on IUP's campus, with a total of 19 new cases being reported from the 18th to the 21st of September, with the total infected number being 155. 88 have fully recovered.
As COVID-19 cases in Indiana County continue to rise, superintendents of K-12 school districts are saying they have no intentions of changing their plans for their fall semesters. Homer Center Superintendent Kurt Wetzel told WDAD that the superintendents met with both the Departments of Health and Education, who recommended the district's move to remote learning. The decision to keep schools open was ultimately made. Wetzel added that the districts agreed that if numbers within the schools started to increase, they would look at a possible change.
Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away last Friday from complications of pancreatic cancer at the age of 87. Ginsburg spent a considerable part of her legal career as an advocate for the advancement of gender equality and women's rights, winning multiple arguments before the Supreme Court. Ginsburg's body will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol building this Friday, becoming the first woman in history to receive this honor. President Trump told press on Monday that he will wait to announce a new Associate Justice until Saturday, once funeral and memorial services have concluded. Democrats are outraged over this decision, saying that a new justice should not be picked until the end of the upcoming presidential election.
President Trump has approved a deal that would allow the video sharing app TikTok to continue its operations in the United States. The software company Oracle and Walmart will take over the app's operations, with its new headquarters being based in Texas and staffed with 25,000 employees. President Trump originally wanted to ban the app over concerns that the Chinese-based company ByteDance, which owns TikTok, might be sharing user data with the Chinese government, despite no evidence existing of this.
Severe flooding in East Africa has affected more than 1 million people in recent months. Heavy seasonal rainfall has caused the Nile River to flood in parts of Sudan, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. UN peacekeeping officials fear that the flooding will cause a new famine in the region, along with outbreaks of malaria and other waterborne diseases. The charity group Doctors Without Borders in the United Nations are working around the clock to set up medical stations and build flood barriers to slow the increasing water levels.
In an attempt to accurately rebuild the badly damaged Notre Dame Cathedral, carpenters have decided to implement medieval building techniques into the cathedral's reconstruction. This comes from the French people's desire to see the cathedral rebuilt to its original form, rather than updating it using modern styles. However, there is a debate over whether the trusses for the spire should be constructed with the historically accurate French oak or fireproof concrete. French President Emmanuel Macron wants the cathedral reopened in 2024 in time for the Paris Olympic Games, a deadline that many experts have called unrealistic.
My name is Howie Bagosa, and I am a designer for Disney Interactive Studios. So I design video games, specifically Club Penguin, which is a virtual world for kids. And I basically am in charge of creating art assets for this game and basically making the game look fun and exciting and approachable for kids. So I was never an actual graphic design major, but I didn't let that stop me from pursuing what I wanted to do. As a communications media major, I tried to look for mentors to help facilitate the dreams that I wanted to pursue. Going to IUP has helped me dip my feet into many different disciplines and interests, and that has really helped me out a lot in my career. The class sizes at IUP are really small, but sitting in a smaller class and getting a lot of attention from your professors, amazing. Like, it's hard, it's difficult to really engage and absorb the knowledge that a professor gives to you in a large setting. Growing up, our family didn't have a lot of money, and school and college was almost a pipe dream. IUP gave me that chance. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for the people at my college who place their faith in me.
If you have been on campus recently, you might have noticed a large amount of construction taking place in front of North Dining Hall. This is because the construction of the new Natural Science and Mathematics building, Kopchick Hall, is finally underway. The new science building will not only benefit students, but also the Indiana community. Benjamin Hunt and Eric Link have their story.
If you walk around the Oak Grove, you may have noticed new signs for the upcoming Kopchick Hall. To attract more students, IUP decided to construct new buildings to update the campus. This empty lot is the previous home of Leonard Hall that was demolished in 2018 and is a new spot for Kopchick Hall that will replace the current science buildings, Wine and Walsh.
I really hope that new equipment, new facilities, new infrastructure is just going to help us keep up with some of the other schools in the state and the country. I think STEM majors are super important. The technology fields are growing really, really fast, and it's important for us to keep up. I think an investment in the new building is going to be a fantastic way to do that.
The Natural Sciences building might cost up to $90 million, certainly a big amount which might affect tuition. Tuition costs have already increased nearly 3% in the last 2 years.
I think the cost of $90 million will be worth it because not only will science majors be able to study and grow from the opportunities that they are having with the new science building, but also the individuals taking electives such as biology and chemistry for their original major.
The new Kopchick Hall will have new features such as an open-air classroom space, along with outdoor garden, greenhouse, and a planetarium. These amenities will not only appeal to students, but to local communities as well. Construction is slated to be finished by spring 2022. This is Eric Lynch with IUP-TV News.
Last week, we talked about the new Hawks Q&A Center and how it can help students with any questions they might have. I wanted to know more about what students think of the new Q&A Center. Here is the story.
The Hawks Q&A Center is IUP's newest resource site that aims to answer any and all questions students might have. According to data collected by the Q&A Center, only about 9% of the questions asked so far have been related to COVID-19. The most frequently asked questions are related to scheduling, making up 31% of the total questions asked. Most of the questions on the site have been from freshmen, which make up 69% of those who have used the Q&A Center.
I know that people use it as a quick, easy way to get answers, which I feel like I should actually start using, because I procrastinate a lot with different things, certain things, and I feel like that'll be easier for me to actually have answers quickly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because like if you get if you talk to someone like directly, like instantly, I feel like that's a lot easier than if you have to like email and wait for an email back and all that. So it sounds like a great tool.
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be nice to have like a consolidated place just to go and ask questions about, general topics. That'd be nice instead of bothering my advisor constantly.
While it makes sense for freshmen to use the Q&A Center, how do upperclassmen feel about using the site themselves?
Yeah, if they have with all the new norm, what they call it, like with COVID, I bet they have a lot. I have a lot of questions from my professor, and it takes a while to email them and know what's going on. If I could just email a staffer and get it pretty quick back, that'd be a useful tool.
Whether you use the site or not, it is without a doubt a helpful tool that can be used by under and upperclassmen alike. Reporting from the IUP campus, this is Jonathan Papadis, IUP-TV News.
With COVID-19 keeping people isolated over the summer, many have taken up new hobbies with all of their spare time. These hobbies can range from hiking and exercising to sewing and beekeeping. Our reporter, Trent Gross, talked to a family who has taken up gardening as a new hobby.
Growing your own garden can be overwhelming to newcomers. However, all it takes is a willingness to learn the demands of your plants and give them the attention that they need.
It's not too hard, but the beginning, like setting up the dirt, setting up your garden, if it's above ground, below ground, that's the hard part. Going to get plants, that's the fun part. And then you just have to water them. You have to give them so much water every single day, even if there's a drought, if it's raining a bunch, you still have to water them a bunch.
Growing your own produce can offer a variety of different benefits. When you grow your own garden, you burn calories digging around and are rewarded with produce that is guaranteed to be pesticide-free. On top of that, you won't have to spend as much money on groceries. As with all living things, there are conditions that must be met in order for flourishment.
You need to fertilize your ground, have good ground to put your stuff in. Clay is not a very good ground to plant your things. You gotta wait till the weather is fit, unless you plant early crops like peas and cabbage can take some frost. Corn, tomatoes, etc. Frost isn't good for those unless you put them under plastic.
Gardening is not limited to strictly produce. Herbs can be beneficial to your health in multiple ways. Try planting some basil, mint, or sage. Along with the many options for garden plants, flowering and foliage plants provide a beautiful sight. Gardening can be hard work. It all depends on the care requirements of the plants and what you want out of them. This has been Trent Gross with IUP-TV.
If you have had a chance to go around IUP's campus, you might have noticed a few changes. More cameras and signs are located in public places as a way to rebrand IUP's campus. Kyler Heems has the story.
If you have spent time on campus this semester, you may have noticed a key difference in the appearance of the Oak Grove. Are the banners new? Is the logo a bit different? Exactly how aware of the changes are the students?
I like the banners. I'm from Latrobe and we have the banners in our hometown along the streets, so it gives me more of a homey feeling.
Things like a newly textured website, banners around the Oak Grove, and different desktop backgrounds on the campus computers have made students and faculty alike do a double take. IUP has spent the summer preparing for a total rebrand sporting a new look for university communications starting this semester. Ronald Mabon, the Director of Design and Marketing for the Office of Marketing and Communications, is involved in most of the new designs.
Everything changes over time, whether you're a corporation, whether you're a university or an organization.
The rebrand is an attempt at combating the ongoing enrollment issue at IUP and is a result of partnering with a massive marketing company that also works with brands like Nike, Mercedes-Benz, and the Philadelphia Eagles. But do students know anything about this company?
Now that I think about it, the new logo does look pretty cool. I haven't really checked out the other banners around here, but now that I know that they're the ones who helped make it, I'll probably check them out.
Despite having such a noteworthy partner, many students still are unaware that a rebrand has even occurred. But as time goes on, the university will continue to roll out more new designs.
Well, that's all the news we have for you this week. Don't forget to check out our Instagram and YouTube pages to catch up on the episodes you might have missed. My name is Skylar Sabansky.
And I'm Jonathan Papadis. Stay safe out there, IUP, and we'll see you next week.